what the floor's idea was a pretty good one. He wanted to solve the issue in advance before it got worse. So he asked my entire table, is anyone willing to move to the other table? So one of those guys comes to our table, and they're not at the same table, the two guys who were drawing with each other. No one from my table wanted to move though. Like, we all preferred our table to like what we thought the game was like at that table. So for that reason, it didn't really work. Then a guy eventually agreed when he found out why the floor was asking. He like agreed to do it in order to help things out. So then the floor went over to the other table. Neither of those guys was willing to move though. They wanted to play against each other and stay on their table. They liked that table better than what they thought was going on our table. So nothing happened. He just said like, all right, don't talk back and forth as much, because if it keeps getting worse, then like one of you or both of you is going to get ejected. Then the tournament table got heads up. While the tournament is heads up, it's the 3 seed against the 8 seed. The 3 seed just gets up and leaves. I look over and the dealer is putting the 3 seed's chips in there when he's the blind, because it's a tough seed for the dealer to reach. And the other guy's just raising every hand and taking it, like when someone times out back in the day in online poker, and it's just one person there and one person not there. And the hands are just going by like every few seconds, and the 8 seed's winning all these hands. I told Herbs and Rye about this. I texted him. He said, you have to find out why that guy left. I asked the dealer who was dealing that down, and she had no idea. She said the guy just stood up, walked away, eventually came back and lost. He came in second place, but he never said where he was going. No one ever knew where he went. The 8 seat's guess was that the guy had to go to the bathroom. He didn't walk in that direction. There's a bathroom very close towards the escalators, and he didn't walk that way. He walked like out to the middle of the casino floor. So he got to heads up in this tournament, and he just walked away and eventually returned, and that was it. So don't know what that was about, and we will never know, but that was kind of fun to look over and see that happening. So yeah, that's all that happened at Sahara. I am back at Bally's. You probably call it Horseshoe. Herbs and Rye late registered for that no limit tournament after the horse final table, and he's at the final table of this no limit turbo event. So I'm going back upstairs to rail this. He said 7 left. Not very many big lines for anyone. You know, it's a turbo. Things are going quickly, but yeah, he was giving me updates. Got in the money. Got to 3 tables left, got to 2 tables left, final table, and now he says there's 7 left, so I'm gonna head up there, and hopefully he's not out of it by the time I get upstairs. How fortuitous that Herbs and Rye makes 2 final tables on this day. I usually don't just chronicle the day. I usually have like an idea, a question, and I'm just chronicling the day, and Herbs and Rye gets 2 final tables out of it. Great timing. All right, there's the tournament going on behind me. It was pretty slow when I first got here. In the last 6 minutes, 4 people have got knocked out. H&R took out 2 of them. So yeah, down to 3. I think 6,106 guaranteed for third, 13,000 and change to first place. So just waiting here till it's over. Railing it. Not many people in the room, by the way. It's like me and the employees and the players, and that's about it. All right, H&R went out third. $6,106 prize money. Blind versus blind, ace-high versus ace-high. His was worse. No one improved. And that's it. It's almost 3 o'clock. And I don't know what we're doing now. Doubt more poker at this point. Wish I got a few more hours in throughout the day, but it was solid. Sahara was a ton of fun. Actually, Caesars was a lot of fun also, but cool to come over here, watch 2 final tables, a 7th place and a 3rd place for Herbs and Rye. And I don't know, we might just go back to the house. We got a whole house Airbnb, and I don't know, we might get something to eat. Don't know. All right, anything to say? Two final tables in one day. How does it feel?
Just like another Saturday. Wait, is it Sunday?
Now that it's after midnight, yeah, it's Sunday.
Just another day in the park.
Typical Saturday for Herbs and Rye. Elegant in its brevity, that response. So I don't know what we're doing now, but
we're going to play craps.
Herbs and Rye might. I'm probably not, but he said we're going to play craps if you couldn't hear him. I don't know if you still wanted to do that. All right. We're going to the Mexican restaurant attached to the strip club El Dorado, and then back to the house, and that's about it. All right, it's usually not this light in here, but we're in El Dorado, first course. Chips, salsa, tableside guac, herbs and rye eating. So am I. Entrees are coming. Herbs and rye's middle course. What is it?
Lobster tacos. Most overpriced, but best. Lobster tacos.
Very good, but overpriced. I think $35 for 2 of them.
Yeah.
Lobster tacos. There we go. All right, last scene. Main course is here. We got the same thing. So there's herbs and rye. It's shrimp enchiladas with a bacon wrapped shrimp on top, refried beans, rice, and this is it. And I don't have a spoon, so I don't know what I'm gonna do, but rice is a spoon food.